Greetings, friends. It's me, Wayman, and I kind of want to do a reading out of the Rabbinical Council of America edition, the Art Scroll Sir, for Rosh Hashanah. And I wanted to read the section on symbolic foods. And what's pretty interesting is if you go and look up these foods and the symbols of them, that's also interesting in and of itself. But and also, if you notice here, there's three for enemies, against enemies, and then there's 4 to multiply. So it's a balance of rebirth and birth, and death and destruction, balanced out fairly equally. And so I'm just going to read a section of this. This is on page 768. It starts in the commentary on the bottom. Symbolic foods. Various symbolic foods are eaten at the festive meal on the first night of Rosh Hashanah. Some also eat them on the second night, and a short prayer alluding to the symbolism is recited for each food. The custom of eating symbolic foods on Rosh Hashanah is based on the Talmudic teaching. Omens are significant, therefore each person should habituate himself to eat at the beginning of the year gorge, leeks, beets, and dates. Horeos 12a and Charissus 6a. The symbolism of the different foods fall into various groupings. Some are sweet tasting and indicate a sweet year, Rashi, while others allude to abundance and symbolize an increase of Israel's mitzvah performance. Others allude to destruction and eradication and are applied to Israel's sins and the enemies. So possibly this was constructed maybe in exile. And that's why a lot of people misunderstand this literature, because if you're in exile and you're performing these kinds of rituals which bind the community, gives yourself a sense of identity, not only within yourself, but within the culture. And you are doing all of that and finding your place in exile. You're going to wish horrible things on your enemies, and you're going to put them in the worst of places, and you're going to have the worst of curses for them and for yourselves, the hope that you would overcome those adversities. Not only the outward enemy and adversaries, but the shadow within and the enemy within, and how to assimilate that and to make it work, the instinct and such. So here it is. On the night before Rosh Hashanah, there is an almost universal custom of dipping the first piece of kala into honey. After the kala has been eaten, a piece of apple sweetened with honey is given to each participant, and the blessing is recited. Blessed are you, Hashem, our Adonai, King of the universe, who creates the fruit of the tree. A small piece of apple is eaten, and the following prayer is recited before the apple is finished. May it be your will, Hashem, our Adonai, and the Adonai of our forefathers, that you renew for us a good and sweet year. The following symbolic foods are mentioned in the Talmud other authorities. The list follows no particular order. Carrots. May it be your will, Hashem, our Adonai, the Adonai of our forefathers, that our merits increase. The leek or cabbage. May it be your will, Hashem, our Adonai, and the Adonai of our forefathers, that our enemies be decimated. Beets. May it be your will, Hashem, our Adonai, the Adonai of our forefathers, that our adversaries be removed. Dates. May it be your will, Hashem, our Adonai, and the Adonai of our forefathers, that our enemies be consumed. The gourd. May it be your will, Hashem, our God, and the Adonai of our forefathers, that decree our sentence be torn asunder, and may our merits be proclaimed to you. The pomegranate. May it be your will, Hashem, our Adonai, and the Adonai of our forefathers, that our merits increase as the seeds of the pomegranate. The fish. May it be your will, Hashem, our Adonai, and the Adonai of our forefathers, that we will be fruitful and multiplied like fish. The head of the sheep or fish. May it be your will, Hashem, our Adonai, the Adonai of our forefathers, that we be as the head and not the tail. So that's pretty interesting, and hopefully you enjoyed that, the reading, and Happy New Year. Be well, friends, and remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.